Hi you guys, I am back with the second part to my first video. Thank you for coming back to watch, and if you haven't watched the first video, watch the first video so you'll have a better understanding of this video. The story takes place in 1986. I was 16 years old and I was pregnant. So I had to make my decision on what was I going to do about being 16 and being pregnant. Well, I decided that my friend Jill told me that she could not see her life without me, and me being pregnant, our plans are going to change. We won't be able to go to college together. There'll be so many things that we will no longer be able to do together anymore. And I didn't want to lose my friend or be on a different path than she was on at the time. So I decided that, yeah, I'm not going to have this baby. I'm on my own. I only work part-time, and there was no way for me to be able to take care of a baby at 16 years old. I have no adult supervision, and I just didn't know what I was going to do. Not only that, if you watch the first video, who I was pregnant by, it just was not a good idea to even keep the baby. My decision was, I definitely can't have this baby. To my friend's Juanita house, and I told her, I said, you know, I'm not going to have the baby. And she says, okay, well, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to have an abortion. She said, okay, let's talk to my mom. My mom been waiting to speak to you. So when I told her mom that I'm going to go with her advice and have the abortion, she seemed relieved. She seemed happy. And she said, I talked to my son, and we're going to pay for you to have an abortion. And I didn't even think about that. I'm talking about not having a baby, but how was I supposed to pay for it? It was crazy. So she told me that go ahead and make an appointment, and once I make an appointment, let her know what the appointment is and that they're going to give me the money for it. So me and Juanita decides to go down to the abortion clinic to make the appointment. My God, it was packed. It was packed with females. And I was so young and I was so scared. And me and my friend went up to the counter, and she was doing all of the talking. She said, what do we need to do to get an abortion? How soon can we make an appointment? How much is it going to cost? And, you know, when the lady started asking questions, she said, oh no, I'm not pregnant. My friend here is pregnant. So I basically choked up. I couldn't barely speak. When she asked me my name, I couldn't even get my name out. I was just horrified. Just the thought, like, I just didn't know how it's going to happen. How does this take place? What do they do to get the baby out? I was scared to freaking death. They said that they give you counseling, you know, and I waited for my turn for someone to call me to the back. My friend Juanita went with me, and we talked to someone that was very nice about it. They explained the procedures, what was going to happen, and that the biggest thing that I need to worry about is to make sure that someone was there to pick me up afterwards, because I would be groggy. Well, I said, okay, well, at least I won't be pregnant no more after this, and I can go back to my regular life. And I made a decision that I don't even think I ever even want to look boys' way again. Like, I just was in a bad place at that time. We went back to Juanita's mom's house, and she gave me $750 to have the abortion. And as she was counting the money out, I just felt sick to my stomach, and I felt queasy. I just felt so alone at that moment. And she put the money in my hand, and she said, you're going to have a good life. You're going to do all the things you want to do, and you're going to thank me later. Me and Juanita left, and Juanita basically walked me to the bus stop so that, I just walked me to the bus stop, decided I was just going to go home and get me some rest. And my appointment was real soon. Like, the appointment was literally 2 days later. I met up with Juanita again, and we talked about it. And she said, it's going to be over just like that. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Well, during the appointment time, we met up at the clinic. She met me there, and we were both sitting there. She was holding my hand. I was scared. I was shaking. I was so scared out my mind. I was scared out my mind. I don't think I can do this. She said, but you got to do it. You got the money, and it's going to be over. They said it's nothing to worry about. I said, well, it's just not even just that. It's just the thought of it. It's scary. I don't think I can do it, And she said, well, if you really feel like you can't do it, then what you gonna do? I said, I don't know, but I can't do this. I can't do it. She said, well, you know what? Well, let's just get up and walk out and leave. And I was like, you sure? She said, yeah. I said, then what we gonna do? She says, well, let's leave and let's talk about it. So we got up and we kind of eased on out the door. And she said, I'll help you. I'm going to be your aunt. I'll help you. I'll do everything I can to make sure that whatever you're going through, we go through it together. And I said, well, what are we going to tell your mom? She said, don't worry about my mom. Matter of fact, we're not going to tell anybody. I didn't see her for about 3 weeks after that. I went to her house, and her mom was like, come on in. How you doing? How you feeling? I told her I was doing okay. She said, how did everything go? I said, everything went okay. I did not know how to tell her that I didn't get the abortion. Well, Juanita said, eventually we're going to have to tell that you didn't get the abortion. And I said, I know, but I'm not ready yet. And she said, my mom's going to be mad about the money. And I said, yeah, I'm just going to give it back to her. She was like, no, we're not giving nothing back. She said, let's go shopping for the baby. So we went and we bought a bassinet. We bought a baby bag. We bought Pampers, bottles, clothes, blankets. We bought whatever we needed for the baby. And we bought neutral colors because we didn't know what the baby was going to be. I didn't keep my appointment for the abortion. And she looked at me in total disgust. She was disgusted. She said, why didn't you keep your appointment? I said, because I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So she said, oh my God, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to keep the baby, and my friend Juanita's going to help me. And plus I have you my friend. And she just kind of got really, really silent. And she didn't say too much. In school that day, I went and talked to a guidance counselor and told a guidance counselor that I was pregnant. They sent me to an alternative school where most pregnant girls go until they have the delivery of their baby. So I told her that I wouldn't be seeing her in school anymore for a while, and that I'd be going to an alternative school. And she was like, oh, okay. And I said, but I'll be coming by your house to see you. Well, I went by Jill's house literally for 2 months straight. I could not catch her home, and if she was home, she didn't answer her door. I was really sad. I really didn't have too many people to talk to. I missed Jill, and she wouldn't have anything else to do with me. I was at Planned Parenthood, and I was waiting on my name to be called so that I can get my prenatal vitamins and my checkup. And I heard these girls laughing and giggling, and I looked up and I saw Jill. She was with 3 other girls. I never seen them before, but I jumped up like so excited. I said, Jill, oh my God, I haven't seen you in 3 months. And she said, oh, hi. I said, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. And she basically was kind of standoffish. I tried to give her a hug and she kind of stepped back. And I said, oh. And she said, yeah, I'm here with my friends. We're getting birth control. I said, oh. She said, yeah, I have a boyfriend now. I said, oh, wow, I'm so happy for you. She's like, yeah. I said, well, how you been doing? Oh, I'm doing good. I see you're pregnant. I said, yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm still pregnant. And I said, oh my God, Joe, I'm just so happy to see you. She's like, oh, okay, well, anyway, I gotta go. And she, went and sat on the other side with her friends, and they was just kind of ear to ear talking and laughing and giggling. I seen them looking at me, and I just, at the moment, I lost my best friend. I was so hurt. I truly loved that girl, and she was like a sister to me. I'll be back, guys. I gotta take a break. You guys, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. That's why people do not talk about the past, especially when it has memories that hurt, because when I made this decision to tell my story when I was 16 years old, I knew it would be a little difficult, but I feel like I'm 45, so much time has passed, I'm good. I'm over it. But just thinking about it, the memories are just so deep. But just thinking about it, it's just that the memories are so deeply rooted, and talking about it and bringing up the memories, sometimes it just still hurts. But I'm in a good space. I'm just gonna try to get through telling you my story. Well, I lost my best friend, and that was just shocking to me. I just couldn't believe it, because me and this girl was just so close throughout our freshman and sophomore and junior year. We were so close as friends. I never thought it would be a time where we would no longer be friends. I never thought it would be a time where we would no longer be friends. So that was really a difficult time for me at that time, especially being 16 and pregnant. Well, when I went in to get my prenatal vitamins, when I came out, I no longer saw Jill or the girls that she was with. As a matter of fact, I never seen her again, ever in life. Never again, never seen her anymore. My friendship with her was basically over. I never seen her again. I heard about her, and I'll tell you about what happened to her in the next video. But I felt good that I at least had Juanita, which was more than a friend. She was becoming like a sister to me. You're getting bigger. I'm going to have to tell my mom that you didn't have the abortion and that you decided to keep the baby so that she can help us when the baby come. And she said, are you ready? I was like, no, I'm not ready. Can you just tell her and just come back and tell me what she said? I did not want to face what was going to be said to me. She demanded that I just go ahead and talk to her mother. We went to her house and we had a conversation with her mother. Her mother was upset. Oh, I didn't even blame her. And she said, why? And I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to keep the baby and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. She said, well, I'm going to help you. When you when you need my help, you let me know and I'll be there for you. And when the baby comes, I'm going to help you with the baby. I was so relieved. I was so happy. Now I have Juanita and her mother going to help me with my unborn baby that's coming into the world. So I'm walking out of Juanita's house and feeling really, really good. And I'm walking down the street. And all of a sudden, I see Juanita's brother, 2 other females, and they're walking up real fast to me. They're coming like really, really fast. But I didn't know what was going on. I knew that I just told his mother that I didn't have the abortion, so I figured he must be coming to ask me the same thing that she asked me. Why did you decide to keep the baby? Well, when he came up to me, before I could even say what's going on, he punches me in my stomach, and the 2 young ladies proceeded to kick on me. He threw me to the ground, and punched me, hit me, slapped me, and all I can do was think about the fact that I was pregnant. So I balled up into like the fetal position. All I could think about was protecting my stomach, protecting my unborn child. I literally was afraid. I couldn't even feel the pain of the kicks and punches. I just knew it was happening. I remember being left there and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. And I don't even know how long I laid there, but I remember that it got really, really quiet. And I picked myself up off the ground and I proceeded to walk to the bus stop. And I remember my lip bleeding. I remember just feeling pain in my back, my legs, my arm, just feeling really, really sore. I decided that I would go to Planned Parenthood to tell them that I got beat up and to check on the baby. And that's what I did. I found out that getting beat up didn't affect me. I was still very much pregnant. Decided that since the baby father was so angry to the point that he would jump me, that I would just stay away from him. I wouldn't talk to him, speak to him, say to myself, I did lie and said I was going to have the abortion and I didn't have it. But nothing justified for what he has done. I just felt like, and the safest thing to do is just not ever, 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 ever talk to him again. So I tried to stay completely away from him. And Juanita was a great friend. I was over at her house because her brother had moved out. He was angry. His mother found out that he beat me up. She actually put him out the house. He wasn't allowed back, and he moved. He had me over to the house. She cooked some fish and some corns and tomatoes, and all of a sudden I was in labor and I gave birth to my baby girl. And her mother continued to help me with my new baby. I continued going to high school. I also had a job. I actually turned 17 11 days after I gave birth. Woo! So 16 was rough. It was rough. Yes, it was.